Hey there, coach and speaker. Welcome to the Automated Thought Leader podcast. My name is Kimberly Inez Mays, and I demystify technology so that you can attract more people, generate more leads, and close more sales with marketing automation. In this podcast, I'll be giving you bite-sized, quick tips on how to do all things marketing automation, from email marketing, funnel setups, landing pages, and so much more. So come join me as we explore all things marketing automation to put your genius on autopilot. So put on your headphones, listen in, and let's get it started. Hi, my name is Kimberly Inez Mays, and in this broadcast, I'm going to be talking to you about the strategy that I use in a lot of my clients to really map out their customer lifecycle journey. And it's really funny because I do this to myself all the time. And I find that it's one of the most effective and easiest ways to go about things. So what I mean by that is when you are shopping for systems, when you are thinking about building funnels, when you think about building automations, when you're just mapping out your digital marketing strategy, it's so easy to be overwhelmed by everything, the tools, the processes, the measurements, everything that goes into it. And you may be taking pieces of information over here, pieces of information over there. You may be just looking around just to see, okay, well, what are all of these other people doing that I should be doing as well? And I think while looking and observing are important, I think it's also very important to really tap in and think about the results that you want specifically to you and your business. And that's what I do with a lot of my clients. What I do is I do this thing called like the box method, where we draw a box. And that is where somebody first becomes aware of your brand. And that could be through speaking engagements, that can be through networking, that can be through lead magnets, social media, groups, whatever. And then there's a place where you have to then now take them to another level. You take them to somewhere else in your ecosystem. And usually this is where I bring up the CRM, which for those who are unfamiliar with the terminology, it's a customer relationship management software. And it's really like a virtual Rolodex. Think about those Rolodexes that we had like back in the 80s and 90s, maybe early 2000s, where it's just like cards on a desk and you just look up people and you pull out a card and you have their information, you have their phone number and everything. So that's literally what a CRM is. Not literally everything, but basically on a fundamental level, that's what a CRM is. So once you draw that first box, you want to put them into your CRM some way, somehow. And the easiest way to do that is through capturing first name and email address, because at that point, people don't really know you like that to give any other pieces of information. Remember, information's in people's data is like currency, so you need to treat it as such. So you don't want to ask for too much upfront. So usually through that first box, okay, how are we going to capture first name and email address? Because that's really important. Then we put it into our CRM. And then from there, what is the next step for this person? Usually, if you have any sort of workshop, webinars, if you have a e-course or a group, usually that next low ticket item is the next step, whatever that looks like for your business. So you would want to first draw that first box, how they become aware of your business, then draw a second box and then put in, okay, what is the next step? And that next step should lead to another step. And each step should lead to your highest ticketed offer. Not everybody is going to make it all the way to the end. And I just had this random thought. Back in my childhood, there used to be a game called Oregon Trail. I know it's a horrible example. Maybe I shouldn't even bring it up, but like not everybody made it to the other side. But people will fall off in different ways, but that's not actually a bad thing, because some people may just consume your lowest ticketed item, and then other people will just consume that mid-ticket item, and then other people will also then go for that high ticket item. But it's kind of a journey from one to another, and you need to know what that looks like in your business. And I think when you get bogged down with software, when you get bogged down looking around to see what everybody else is doing, taking a strategy over here, taking a strategy over there, taking a piece over there, but not looking at your entire business holistically, it's very easy to become distracted, not follow through, and not have like something that you can look at and say, this is how my business works. So the reason why I talk about it, because I believe in keeping things very simple, and because simplicity is the best thing ever. And even though I am in marketing technology, I believe that everything should be simple and demystified. And so I actually wrote a whole book on it. And it's funny because I hear my cat screaming in the other room, but I had to lock him up so that I can talk to you guys. And so how I demystify technology is I make things really simple and easy to understand. In fact, I did so with my new book, Purrrfectly Persuasive, Marketing to Both Humans and Cats in the Digital Age, available for pre-order now as of or before Labor Day weekend 2023, and available for order thereafter. And what I did is I compared, or I paralleled, the experience of owning and training a cat to marketing to a person. And it's through this simplicity that I want to give people that aha moment without judgment, right? Because I think that a lot of people want to sound smart and they'll talk to you and they want to impress you and sound smart. But my idea is not to impress you, but to impact you and to connect with you and to give you those aha moments. Because I already know I'm smart. I already know that I understand how these things work. I was a developer, I was a coder, blah, blah, blah. But none of that matters unless I actually can help you and serve you in some way. And that is my goal, and that is my takeaway, especially as I've evolved from just being that coder to now being a speaker, a coach, trainer, teacher, author, and all of those other cool things. So yeah, that is my simple method. So if you feel bogged down, overwhelmed, feel like you need to start over, feel like you just need to think things through, definitely just try the box method. Draw a box, draw an arrow, draw another box, draw an arrow, draw another box. And how you get people from one box to another is where my services come in, is where my training and things come in to kind of facilitate, okay, well, what kind of CRM do you need? Okay, well, what kind of what kind of landing pages do you need? So what kind of core software do you need? How do you get information from one system to the next so everything flows logically? What kind of messages do you need to send out in order to make these things happen? So that's where we now look at the boxes and then start making those connections. But unless you have that zoomed out bigger picture of a system and a strategy that works for you, then you're not going to be able to do those little things. So hope this helps. So again, my name's Kimberly Inez Mays. Purrrfectly Persuasive is on sale now. You can pick up your copy. You can pre-order your copy if you are listening or watching this prior to Labor Day weekend 2023. And then pick up your copy and see how I break it down with some humorous tales and anecdotes from all things cat related and cat and cat centric, but I do tie it back to digital marketing, automation, and strategy. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Automated Thought Leader podcast. If you want to hear more podcast episodes, simply subscribe to this podcast from wherever you listen to podcasts, and be sure to share and tell a friend. See you next time. Bye.